Hi and welcome to our P&O Arvia vlog series. In this episode, we have breakfast American style in the 6th Street Diner. A surprise visitor makes an appearance in the Sky Dome. Find out what our thoughts and opinions are of the P&O Ultimate Drinks Package. And stay tuned to find out why all these people are really unhappy.
Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Dom.
And we are
Tom and Dom Travel. And welcome to our first sea day on Arvia.
Let's tell you about our Christmas Eve day then so far. We got up quite early, didn't we, this morning?
Yeah, we did. We both slept incredibly well. The beds are really comfy. So well done, P&O.
Yeah, and we headed down to the Meridian restaurant for breakfast.
It was a little bit of chaos and carnage down there. The queues were absolutely massive. And we were just like, there's no way we're going to be able to get breakfast quickly enough. So we basically tried our luck in the 6th Street Diner, the American style diner on board.
Yeah.
Pretty much walked to the door and they sat us down straight to a table, didn't they?
Yeah, straight to the table. Great. It is American style and it did mean we couldn't have our usual British breakfast, I suppose, but we did have American style. I had pancakes with chocolate and banana. Really nice, actually. Great, although I couldn't have them every day, I don't think, but tasty as a one-off.
And I opted to have the American breakfast, so streaky bacon, barbecue beans, as well as some potato tots. It was okay.
Yeah, sausage patties.
Oh yeah, a couple of sausage patties, and they were absolutely massive. Really tasty, but I only managed to eat one.
What was positive though is that we had our teas and coffees in mugs, and it worked out really well for us because it meant we didn't have to keep filling those tiny cups, didn't it? So that was actually good.
Yeah, plenty of coffee. Service was really good in there. We were quite lucky to get in there when we did because it did fill up very quickly. Most probably other passengers saw the queue for the Meridian restaurant and thought, no, I ain't gonna chance that.
No. But it was a good experience overall.
Yeah, and we will do it again. And we just wouldn't do it every single day, I don't think.
Leaving 6th Street Diner, we did walk through the atrium. And the queues at reception were once again massive.
Absolutely massive.
They were kind of snaking around the atrium, weren't they? It's just this queue for reception never seems to end. Yep. So
it is only day 2 though. First full sea day. So
yeah. What we did decide then, after our much discussion, is that we were going to opt for the drinks package.
Yes.
Because we had worked out what we spent yesterday when we were on board, and we definitely spent enough to make the drinks package worthwhile.
The P&O Ultimate Drinks Package costs $39.95 per person per day. Every member of a cabin needs to purchase the package, and it will allow you to have up to 15 alcoholic drinks per day, up to and including $6.95 in value each. In addition to this, you can also have unlimited non-alcoholic beverages from a select menu on board. The drinks package can be pre-purchased before you board the ship, or you can purchase any of the drinks packages on embarkation day or day 2. If you do purchase on board, you'll be able to use some of your onboard cruise credit. We purchased the P&O Ultimate Drinks Package on day 2 of our cruise. This gave us the opportunity on day 1 to calculate how much on average we were going to spend. We roughly worked out that purchasing the Ultimate Drinks Package would save us on average around about £28.20 each per day. Yep, so we queued, well, we didn't really queue up at Ripples. The day before, we were wondering, oh God, why are so many people queuing up at Ripples? Well, it was to get, to buy drinks packages.
Yeah.
So we were up there straight after breakfast. There was no queue whatsoever. Bought our drinks package and then we went down and treated ourselves to a Costa from the Vista Cafe.
Yeah, so small size Costas are included in the package, so that's exactly what we had straight away.
Yeah, interesting to note though, they don't do a large Costa. It's only small or medium.
Yeah.
but with the package,
you can have as many as you want.
You can have as many as you want.
So it's not too bad at all.
No. Then we went and had a little bit of an explore around the ship. We went to the aft of the ship just to have a look at the, just to get a bit of fresh air and have a look at the sea. It was getting a little bit rocky, wasn't it?
It is. It definitely is. So we're in the Bay of Biscay at the moment. And we're definitely feeling it. Although not as bad as it could be.
No, true.
There's still quite a bit of movement on the ship.
Well, we both had to take some seasickness tablets, which we've never had to do before.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Arvia's got that swim up bar that we've spoken about before, and that was definitely rocking, yeah. And the barman just couldn't stand behind the bar because he was getting absolutely soaked, wasn't he? So yeah, definitely a design issue there, I think. So it might be great in the Caribbean where there's no movement, but as soon as there's a bit of waves, that poor barman is getting wet,
getting soaked. What we also noticed was the infinity pools. On Iona, they had a little bit of a problem with the water from the infinity pools actually splashing over the edge and basically soaking the barriers. On here, they've adapted or adjusted sort of the water catchment thing to sort of prevent the water from dropping down onto the balconies. It wasn't doing that much of a great job though, was it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So those aft balcony cabins are going to get a little bit wet.
Yeah, it's still wet. It's still a design fault though, really. Even though they look like they've tried to address it, I don't think it's still working. So it'd be interesting to have feedback from people who have been in those aft cabins and what their experience is. Okay, so we headed into the Sky Dome next, didn't we? And had a look at the pool there. Again, even though it's an indoor pool, still couldn't swim in it. They had to drain the water down a little bit, didn't they?
Yeah. Put a barrier, a mesh over the top to stop people from getting in. And again, with the bad weather, the water within the pool was sploshing about, wasn't it?
It was, definitely. So once again, no pools in use today at all on the ship, even if they were indoor.
Yesterday, we went and did a tour of the spa just to have a look at the features and the facilities on board. And while we were there, they mentioned that they were having a spa raffle at 10:30 today. So myself and Tom were like, let's go see if we can win anything.
Yeah, and to be fair, they gave out some good prizes.
No, they did.
£100 voucher, £75 voucher. Massages, 2 hours in the
thermal suite.
So, yeah. But we didn't win
the lot.
We didn't win any of them,
no,
unfortunately.
We didn't. On our way back to our cabin, just to drop off a few bits, we did notice that the queue for reception had got even bigger this time. Absolutely crazy, really, on a brand new ship.
Yeah. When we got back to the cabin, we understood why. It's because the time slots for Christmas dinner have been given out. For us, we've been allocated the chef's table.
Sounds quite posh, though.
Sounds quite posh, so we shall see. But I think a lot of people are not happy with their allocation. I think a lot of people who selected early have been given late, and late have been given early, and different locations to where they'd want. So we shall wait and see. But there seems quite a lot of unhappy people at the moment.
Yeah, prior to boarding, P&O sent everybody an email just basically asking them what they wanted for Christmas Day and New Year's dinner. Myself and Tom opted to have, the formal sit-down dinner on Christmas Eve and on Christmas Day and on New Year's Eve, and we opted for the early booking at 5:15. Because apparently it's 5 courses and can go on a little while.
Yeah, so we want to enjoy the rest of our evening really on board, so we wanted to get that out of the way and enjoy the rest of the entertainment then. After we'd been to our room and looked at our Christmas dinner time slot, we then headed for lunch, didn't we?
We did. And this time we were a little bit more clued up on how to use the virtual queue on the app, and that's exactly what we did.
Yep, so before we left the room, we joined the virtual queue, and by the time we got down to the Zenith restaurant, which we selected, because it tends to have less people in the virtual queue, our table was ready.
It was.
So in we went, we sat in a nice seat there, didn't we, as well? and we enjoyed a really nice lunch.
Again, there were queues for people that hadn't been called for a table and were just trying their luck. You can do that, but again, you've just got to join a queue, and unfortunately, the queues are quite lengthy.
Yeah. So for lunch then, we both had the same today,
We did,
didn't we?
yeah.
We had butternut squash soup to start.
Which was lovely, I
It
got
was
to admit.
actually really nice. But all the soups have been nice so far that I've had. So yeah, good.
And then for our main, we opted to have the bangers and mash, which was a large Cumberland sausage on a bed of mashed potato and gravy.
Yeah, there was a lot of sausage.
A lot of sausage.
Not a lot of mash.
Not a lot of mash.
No
veg. I was expecting some peas with it, you know.
But something to go with it, but no, nothing. But it was nice.
Nice, yeah.
It was nice.
Enjoyed it.
And then
for pudding dessert,
yeah.
we both opted to have the Chinese spiced chocolate cake, and it did really taste like Christmas, didn't it?
Yeah, it was quite nice. After lunch, we decided to do a bit of exercise. We had a walk around the ship.
Yeah.
The water was still pouring from the infinity pools. So
yeah, what is lovely about Arvia is the fact that she's got a full wraparound promenade
deck, yeah.
And it is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so roomy. It is absolutely lovely. So yeah, we had a little walk outside, a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
Again, it was still a little bit rocky and we were swaying from side to side. But we needed that little walk after our lunch, didn't we?
Yeah, it made us feel a little bit better to have some fresh air, didn't it? And we needed it.
After stretching our legs, having a little walk around the promenade on Arvia, we thought, let's go up to the crow's nest, sit down, relax, have a look through those beautiful windows at the sea and have a nice little drink. So we made our way up to the crow's nest on the top floor, and we decided to try the gin that they brew on Iona.
Yeah, it was nice, really nice.
Really nice,
I
actually.
think they do gin on board as well.
Do they brew it on you? I thought it was the rum on Arvia.
I don't know, we'll find out for you.
We will, because we haven't tried that yet.
But yeah, it was really nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, very refreshing and quite fruity,
and as we've said before, the Crow's Nest is a beautiful venue. We really enjoy sitting up there already, so I think we'll be spending a lot of time up there. Now, it was time for the programme of Arvia to really kick in with the Christmas activities. So first things first was that Santa would be arriving on the ship. So we headed to the Sky Dome where he was due to see what was going on there. There were elves about, there were Santa's helpers, and then eventually Santa himself arrived.
Yeah, they did this beautiful little animation on the screen where they had Santa zipping across the world, and then they had Arvia there with Santa just sort of landing. It was really quite clever. That all the kids were really excited.
Yeah.
It was a really nice sort of Christmassy event on Christmas Eve, wasn't it?
It was, and of course we had to have our photo with all different people, with Santa and with Santa's helpers. So it was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Really good.
Also attending were Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep. P&O have got a deal with Aardman Animations, so the characters from popular TV shows and films such as Wallace and Gromit and Shaun the Sheep often make a little appearance, don't they?
Yeah, good characters really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids were very pleased to see them, so it was a nice hour or so spent there in the Sky Dome, wasn't it?
With the captain made an appearance.
Yeah, the captain did make an appearance, and he let us know that next up in the itinerary that he would be reading A Night Before Christmas in the atrium.
Yeah.
So after we'd met Santa and had our photo with him, we headed down to the atrium then. First up was carol singing.
So one of the kids' clubs on board Arvia had basically been practicing for a little carol concert, and it was absolutely brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, so all the little kids, all feeling Christmassy around the Christmas tree and up the stairway in the atrium were all singing various Christmas songs. So that was really nice.
Yeah, got us in the festive spirit. So, I think they did about 6 songs, bless them. They really did do really well.
Yeah.
And then it was time for the main event.
Yes.
The captain
Yeah, the captain reading the night before Christmas. He was joined by his son, so Captain Canby and his son. They read the night before Christmas, and I think everybody enjoyed it, didn't they?
Yeah, it was really, really good. Children, as well as pretty much all of the atrium, was just full of people all standing around and just watching it. It was really, really nice.
Yeah. It was then time to head back to the room, quick change for our dinner once again in the Zenith restaurant.
And again, we joined the virtual queue, and this time we were a little bit wiser. So around about 6:30, our regular viewers will know that we do enjoy dinner at 7 p.m. when we're cruising, so we just don't miss out on any of the entertainment. So around about 6:30, we got on the virtual queue and we joined it, hoping perhaps 30-40 minutes we'd get our table. And it worked. So we got into dinner around about 7:10 after we'd gone through the queue for being called for your table. And yeah, it was pretty good. We had a lovely little table towards the back of the ship with some nice views.
We did. For dinner tonight, I had roast cauliflower soup to start, and for my main, I had there was a choice of a few different things, but I saw there were goose on there, and I've never tried goose. And as it was Christmas, I thought, oh, let's give it a go. So I had the goose, and actually it was really nice. Really enjoyed it.
For my starter then, I went for the pate, and it was really, really tasty. It presented absolutely beautifully. I got to give it to P&O.
Yeah.
Their presentation is very, very good. And the pate was lovely. And for my main, Tom had the sirloin steak on the previous night.
Yes.
And those of you that have watched our embarkation vlog will know that I was very, very envious. So fortunately for me this evening, sirloin steak was on the menu, and that's exactly what I had, and it was beautiful. They asked me how I wanted it cooked. Medium, came out beautifully cooked, so tasty. Chips. Just well done P&O, because obviously on a lot of other cruise lines you don't usually get those cuts of meat, steak on a menu twice in a row, really.
No, that was really
beautiful.
Nice. Problem was the service was a little bit slow, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we missed our dessert last night, and it was about 8:20 by the time we finished our main. Show starts in the main theatre at 8:30, which you have to pre-book again, so guess what? No dessert again for us tonight.
We might even lose weight on this cruise.
We might lose weight.
I doubt it.
So, yeah, if you think our 2 courses, we got there at 7. By the time we left, it was 8:20.
Yeah, it was quite a slow process. Even getting drinks, bread. So again, teething problems, we've encountered these before on our cruises, where the first couple of days are a little bit patchy, so hopefully it'll improve.
So it was time for tonight's show.
Yep.
And tonight's show was Tesney Jones.
So those of you that watched The Voice, you may recognise her. She wasn't on Tom Jones's team.
No, Jennifer
Hudson's team. She's from Wales, up in Colwyn Bay. So we love her already.
Yeah. And she's fantastic. What a voice. Absolutely brilliant. And I think the crowd really got behind her. It was a fantastic show, wasn't it?
Was a couple of technical issues that I had to iron out once again in the main theatre.
For the second night on a row, there was sound issues, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So she had, basically her mic went off and we couldn't hear her. So she had to start again. She went off stage and came back on, and then after, everything was fine. Yeah,
so she sang a real good selection of songs, both Christmas, modern, classic songs, and her voice is incredible.
Yeah, she sang I'm Telling You from Dream Girls at the end, and it was absolutely fantastic. So
because not many people can pull that song off, because
it
is a difficult song.
Yeah,
but she was incredible. While we were in the theatre watching Tesney, we did notice that on the back of all of the chairs, they've got air conditioning vents.
Yeah,
really interesting. So on every single chair they've got a vent that's just pumping out nice cool air to keep everybody sort of comfortable.
Yeah.
It's quite a unique, quirky little feature really, isn't it?
Yeah, that cool air is really nice, isn't
Air.
it?
Air.
It's not pumping out cool hair. Okay, after Tesney, we headed up to the Sky Dome because the next show for tonight was Kaylon Ray.
Another voice contestant.
Another voice contestant. He was great again, completely different type of style of music, but with some really good hits he sang.
And he just changed his voice.
He can get some really high notes.
Amazing, really. Yeah. Very, very talented. Yeah. He has got a show in the main theatre in a few nights.
Yeah. So
we have booked in to go see that as well.
So we're looking forward to that, aren't we?
We are.
So again, I think he's going to sound better in the main theatre again.
Yes.
Because the acoustics are still not great
No.
in the Sky Dome. So we shall see what happens when we see him in the main theatre.
So after watching Kion in the Sky Dome, we made our way down to the clubhouse because a comedian was on. Now, you know, those of you that watched our previous vlogs will know that comedians are very hit and miss with us. However, I'd seen him before on YouTube, Ignacio Lopez. And he is very, very funny.
Very funny, really good. So basically he's a Spanish guy who lives in Wales and he's telling his story of how a Spanish person gets on living in Wales, really, isn't it? And it is hilarious. The things he comes out with, the things he notices. He does a bit of musical comedy as well.
Yeah.
Really enjoyable, and that was in the clubhouse again, wasn't it? So
yeah, and he's going to do another performance in a couple of nights as well, isn't he? So
I think
completely different show.
I think Boxing Day night.
Yeah,
so.
Completely different show. So we'll definitely go and see him.
Yeah,
and the clubhouse was very, very busy.
So one really thing is that we're noticing the entertainment is good. So we've managed to have hit after hit after hit so far, haven't we? So our evenings have been really packed with good entertainment.
Really busy. There are quality acts on all around the ship. There's so much entertainment, which we're really, really impressed with, aren't we?
Yeah, really, really good. Okay, so after our time in the clubhouse, we then
waddled our way up to the buffet.
Went for the buffet then. Yeah, it's just a quick couple of snacks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Again, very random food in the buffet. Not sure really. We had a mixture of things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Nothing much seems to be going together. Took out a meal out of anything.
No.
If you think they'd just do a slice of pizza or a burger or just even chips. No chips. I said, have we got any chips? No, we don't do chips. Never mind. So.
Midnight buffet is a little bit disappointing again on day 2 with just the selection there, because they've closed off pretty much 90% of the buffet, and there's just a couple of counters with a few odd bits.
Very limited choice. We thought that was going to be the end of the night, but it wasn't, because Dom fancied his bets in the casino, so we went down there for a quick go, didn't we?
We did a bit of Christmas Eve luck.
Yeah.
And it worked.
So I think it was Christmas Day luck by then.
Yeah, true. One last drink in the casino and a couple of pounds spent in the machines.
Yeah.
And walked away quite happy because we were both up.
Yeah, good. Tomorrow is Christmas, so we'll be up early. We've got lots planned.
Well, the ship has, P&O. I've got a lot planned for us tomorrow. We're both really excited because we've never done a P&O and we've never been away at Christmas. So really excited.
And we've got our dinner booked for 5:15, our Christmas dinner. So we'll let you know how that goes. So I think it's going to be a good one.
Thanks for watching our second sea day on the wonderful Arvia. I was going to say Enchanted Princess then, but the wonderful P&O Arvia. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the box below and we'll get back to you.
And please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to check us out on social media.